Here we go. All right, here we go. I'm excited for this one, baby. It's been a while. Last one I did was fries, but I believe it is time for another world famous Milkman Channel tier list. I decided the Lions got a bye week this week, and I typically watch every Lions game, despite not being super interested in football, but it's the way the cookie crumbles. All my friends are. So they got a bye week this week. Figured this would be a good time to film this video because I've been wanting to do it for a while. And since the Lions aren't playing this week, I still got my Sunday to do other stuff. I don't know. What are we ranking, you may be asking? Today, I'm excited. I love these videos. I'm going to be doing sub shops, baby. So like Subway, Jimmy John's, blah, blah, all that. I'm going to be ranking them all. So I do have a list of rules that I do have written out. Roast beef is my favorite lunch meat, so I'm going to try and get a roast beef variation at each one. This was a big discussion. I don't really know what I'm getting at each place. I haven't really looked at the menu other than Jimmy John's, but that's because I had a question I had to answer. Do I get just normal like roast beef, lettuce, tomato, mayo at each place? Or do I get, for instance, the Big John or whatever it is, where it's like ham, roast beef, mayo, mustard, cheese, stuff like that. I decided I'm going to get kind of the variation roast beef. So I'm going to get the Big John type style ones. Roast beef, it has to be on it, I'm assuming. I haven't looked at all these menus, but some of them I didn't really see any roast beef on, which I'm kind of shocked considering they're sub shops. But I'm just going to maybe assume that's an error or I didn't see it somewhere. So I'm going to try for roast beef at all these. If they don't have it, I'm going to call an audible, maybe get something ham-centered. But roast beef's the goal. Once tiered, they can move tiers if I see fit. I'm not one of these people where once you rank it, it's got to stay there. This is a democratic republic, baby. It can be, if I try somewhere and then I think back on it, I can move it down if I want. That's how I've done all my tier lists. And lastly, there will be leftovers this time. And I'm saying that from the start. It's not like the fries where I decided partway through, which blame Popeyes for that one. But this, I would say link in the description for the fries tier list. But I got a little very, very small announcement after this to make your viewing a little easier. But yeah, there will be leftovers. I can't eat I'm going to 8 places. I'm going to get the smallest size I can at each place, obviously. But that's still, assuming 4 inches, 4 times 8. That's still over 32? Yeah. Oh? No. Yeah, 32. That's still 32 inches of sub. That's nearly 2.5, over 2.5 feet of sandwich. I don't know if I can do that. And that's assuming I can get 4 inches at each of these places. Maybe I can only get 6 at some of them. But nonetheless. So where am I going, you may be asking? Well, I am going to, just in the order I have them written down, Subway, Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's, Which, Firehouse, Potbelly, Quiznos, and Penn Station. I do live in Metro Detroit area, and friend of the channel, Lance, suggested Tubby's. I looked into it, and I think I'm going to stick to national chains because they're only in the Metro Detroit area, where all these have at least locations in other states as well. So, whereas Tubby's is literally only in the Metro Detroit area, not even throughout Michigan, just Metro Detroit. So I'm going to stick with national chains. We got 8 we're going to. I do have the order I read them out is not the order I'm going to them in. I do have a specific route planned. I have them numbered here so I know which one is which. And we're kind of starting with a heavy hitter here, folks. We're going to be starting with Jersey Mike's, probably my second favorite sub shop. The last one we're going to is my favorite one. But we're going to start off to Jimmy John's. They're number 1 on the list. Milkman Channel tier list, baby. Sub shops. Here we go. Cue the intro. I'll see you at Jimmy John's, baby. All right, we're already off to a rocky start here for this tier list. The first Jersey Mike's I went to, the one I planned on going to in Lothrop Village. It said it was open at 10 online, everything looked good, show up, everything looked good. But then as I walked closer to the door, there was a handwritten sign taped to the door that said, due to shortage of staff, I can't remember word for word. Due to being short staffed, they're temporarily closed. That's what matters. So I went, fuck, and I banged and pounded on the door to let them in and serve me. I'm kidding, I didn't do that. So I called an audible, still went to another Jersey Mike's. It was only about 10 minutes away, still kind of in the general area of where my next place is, so that's fine. But we got the Jersey Mike's. I got the club sub, something like that. Took a picture of it so I didn't forget. I got, the Club Supreme, roast beef, turkey, Swiss, applewood smoked bacon, and mayo. And I got some lettuce, tomato, and onion on it as well. I got the 4-incher. Got me a Pepsi, baby. Some of the best pop money can buy, Pepsi. Now, I might, hopefully this variation is, hopefully there's a good variation of tiers here. Because I don't know. We'll see what I end up liking. But yeah, here you go. Here's a cross section. Don't even have to bite into it for the cross section. First sub of the tier list, Jersey Mike's. Let's eat this half probably, and I'll save the other half. Ugh. Well, I'm making a mess of myself. All right. Jersey Mike's, what do I think? I think there's too much turkey. A turkey's genuinely one of my least favorite lunch meats. And you can see here, look at the turkey takes up more space than anything on the bottom here. Then you got like a little sliver roast beef, lettuce, tomato, mayo, bacon. The bacon's good, adds a bit of texture, and this bacon's always such a strong flavor. It comes through every so often. Love the mayo. You want me to like your sandwich? Just have bread, mayo, bread. That's how I like my sandwiches, basically. So the more mayo you put on, the more likely I'm going to like it. But there's so much turkey, and turkey's such a bland flavor that's mostly like, it kind of, there's this, that's like, it's blocking everything else out. I like the lettuce, I like the onions, tomatoes I'm fine with on this. But there's just too much turkey for my opinion, and there just wasn't a lot of flavor in a lot of those bites, which I'm really shocked by, because I genuinely really like Jersey Mike's. Their Big Kahuna is so good. That's like usually my go-to order when I go to Jersey Mike's is the Big Kahuna. But for the, what was it called? The Club Supreme, definitely a little disappointed in. I'm going to give this, honestly, a C tier. Pretty disappointed with it, honestly. Like, I mean, it could be worse, but it's, I borderline want to say D tier. Nah, I'll give it C. I'll give it C. C tier. But it can move. Remember, it can move. We'll see how good everything else is. Maybe it might have moved down. But Jersey Mike's, genuinely disappointed. Gets a C tier. But like I said, there's going to be leftovers. I'm saving that one. Despite me being very hungry, it's like, I'm starting this really early. It is 10:30 right now. I initially left my house at like 5 to 10 because I wanted to get this started early. Because which is in down, closes at 5. There we go. Which closes at 5, and that's downtown Detroit. And I'm going to go to a Jersey Mike's. It's literally less than a block away. I'll be able to get both of them in camera. But that one's downtown Detroit. It closes at 5. I'm going to have to park at MGM, walk there. Not that I think I'll be doing this for that long, but I'd rather start early and manage my time and get there when I know I can get there versus starting later and kind of playing it fast and loose and might be able to miss out, not get there till after they close. But nonetheless, Jersey Mike's, starting with a C. I'm hungry. But next up, baby, let me write this down here. So Jersey Mike's C tier, we're on to our next stop, which is Penn Station. I don't believe that's very far from here at all. Less than 10 minutes, probably. Yep, 7 minutes away. We're on our way to Penn Station, baby. Sub shop number 2. Let's see what they got. Here we are, baby. Penn Station. Come on, get in focus now. There we go. Let's go in and see what we can get, eh? Okay, well, I tried with the lighting. But here we are, Penn Station. They didn't have any roast beef on their menu. WTF. So I just opted for the classic Italian, small. This is small. Spelled my name wrong. That's okay. She forgot the E. It's Cameron, not Camron. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, look at that. Get that in the light. Got some peppers, some tomato. Down the hatch. Get a real cross section for you there. Whatever lighting works best. I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. Alright. So a little pissed I didn't have roast beef, but you know, gotta roll with the punches here. Pepperoni tastes great. The provolone cheese, I believe that's provolone, tastes amazing. All the oil and stuff, mixing great. The bread, it's solid bread. Not the best bread, but you know, it ain't bad. Ham's kind of getting lost in the sauce. I definitely don't, the oil and the shits like that, really good. Love the peppers. Love the onion. Tomato and lettuce, doing all right. This is a good fucking sandwich. With that being said, do I think it's the best sandwich I've ever had? No. I believe it was an Italian sub I got from Tormina's, link in the description. That's like kind of a southeastern Michigan pizza chain that does sandwiches too, like most pizza chains. That sandwich was like S+ tier. That sandwich was so fucking good. This is definitely not on that same level. But with that being said, it is a solid sandwich. I definitely enjoy it. I'm going to give it a B tier for now. Yeah, I'm going to give it a B tier. Like a high B tier, though. It's like Jersey Mike's was borderline D. This one's borderline A, and it might move up to an A later on. This is a good fucking sandwich. Penn Station. This is my first time having Penn Station, too. So they're coming out swinging. Just wish they had roast beef. But it is what it is. So Penn Station, A tier. Good looks on Penn. That was good. We're in Beverly Hills, too. Penn Station in Beverly Hills, Michigan. Not California. But shout out Weezer anyway. Next up, we're going to kind of the standard sub shop, Subway. Subway's not my least favorite sub shop I've ever been to. It's my second least favorite. We're going to my least favorite one in this list. I'll let you know when that comes up. That's like I'll let you know when my favorite one comes up. But, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Subway. I'm going to look at their menu. I'm going to try and get like something roast beef centered from their menu. If they don't have that, I have to make my own. And if they don't have roast beef at all, I'd be really fucking shocked because it's Subway. God, this is not the best lighting. But we're going to Subway, baby. I know which Subway I'm going to. It's going to be in Southfield. Let's get it. I love tier lists. Let's go to Subway, baby. So here we are at Subway. Apologies if the audio on the last part wasn't the greatest. I forgot to switch the polar pattern in my mic back to picking up what's in front of the camera and not behind it. But nonetheless, we're at Subway. I'll switch that polar pattern as soon as I stop recording. Let's go in and see what we can get, baby. Alright, we're here at Subway. Bit of a caveat with this one. They had 2 roast beef selections on the menu. They had the Beast, which I didn't get because it was like roast beef, pepperoni, ham, salami, turkey, just way too much meats, way too many meats. So then I got the garlic roast beef, which was like kind of roast beef, provolone, lettuce, tomato, mayo, and garlic aioli. But I don't think she put the garlic aioli on it, if I'm being honest. So, you know, we're going to take what we can get here. I watched her make it. It looks like she just grabbed normal mayo. I didn't see garlic anywhere. I did get the lettuce, tomato, and onion on as well as maybe it's regular mayo. I don't know. We'll see. There's a shot from the front. God, the fucking sun, dude. There we go. Let's try that. Oh, and cheddar. Oh, yeah, what the fuck? I had provolone. Obviously asking me all... Whatever. I guess I just made my own sub. It didn't even occur to me that she was asking me, like, what cheese and stuff, and there was cheese on the menu. Kind of classic Subway, but... And I am getting cold. I want to make that clear. I am getting cold sandwiches. I don't have anything against hot sandwiches. Like I said, love me the Big Kahuna from Jersey Mike's. But when I think of sub sandwich, when I think sub sandwich shop, I think cold. So that's what I'm getting at every place. So Subway. Hopefully the worst bread of this tier list. If there's bread worse than this, I'll be shocked. There's like really no structure to it at all. Listen, it's not nice and tough on the outside like I like. There's no tough shell around it. Roast beef is fine. Not getting a lot of mayo. Cheese is fine. Well, honestly, what I'm tasting more than anything is the onion. So I don't really know how that's happening with like mayo and cheddar cheese. I'm getting some cheddar cheese, getting some roast beef, but the onion's definitely coming through the most. But it's not really what I wanted. Like I said, not getting a lot of mayo. That's a big thing for me. But the lettuce is fine, tomatoes fine. It's just kind of overall relatively bland sandwich. Like if you like onions, you'll like the sandwich I just made. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's what I got. It's not what I ordered, but it's what I got. Honestly, Giving this one a D tier. Classic Subway, if I'm being honest. I don't mind Subway, but it's just, I don't know. Like I said, this is the epitome of it. Like, they're just kind of lackluster. So Subway gets the D tier. What do we got? D, C, and B. No A or S or F tier yet. This next one might be an F tier because it's my least favorite one. But look at that. Actually, I don't know. This might be kind of hard to beat. For me, for something to be F tier, it's got to be like actually bad. This is not bad. I would like I gotta bite it and be like, oh, this does not make me do that. So it's D tier. Subway gets the D. Let's wrap it back up. So now we're gonna head kind of right down the street, honestly, to my least favorite sandwich shop. I'd be a little shocked if this one got an F tier, because I'd never disliked it. It's just kind of like Subway. It's just very boring, and I've never been impressed. We're going to Potbelly. I've had it a few times. I'll tell you more about when we get there. Potbelly, my least favorite, the one I'm looking forward to the least on this trip. We're going to Potbelly, and it's honestly like maybe 5 minutes down the road. We're kind of like not far from my house in Southfield. So here we go. I'm going to go to Potbelly. There we go. I'm parked on the side of the building, so I can't really get the sign, but you know, there's an umbrella. You can see it says Potbelly. Let's go in and see what we can get, boys and girls. Alright, I got the Potbellies, and much like Subway, I don't think they made this one right, and I was paying attention this time. But yeah, hey, if they don't make it right, that's on them. That's not on me. I got a skinny of the steakhouse beef, which is roast beef, provolone, blue cheese crumbles, which that'll get you pretty far in my world, if I'm being honest. Just making sure the mic's set to go. And horseradish aioli, which I wasn't a fan of because I despise horseradish. But I was just going to let them put it on it. You know me, I take things as they come. I'm not one to pick and choose about stuff like that when it comes to like judging. But I don't think she put any on this sandwich. They said, what kind of veggies? I said, lettuce, tomato, onion. And they said anything else? I said, that should be it for the veggies. And I didn't see him put any mayo on this. So with that being said, yeah, dude, I don't see any mayo. Classic Potbellies. And it is hot. It's a hot one. I didn't ask for it, but hey, I guess that's just the way they come. That's fine. I'm not gonna demote them for that. But here we go, Potbellies. No, dude. There's no way there's horseradish aioli on this. Yeah, I've just never been impressed with Potbellies. I've been to every time I go to Potbellies, I go to a different one. I've been to 4 or 5 at this point. This one might be 5 or 6. But with that being said, where Potbellies does deserve credit is their vibes. You go on a Subway. Hi, welcome to Subway. And it's just the most bland, boring interior ever. Potbellies kind of looks nice in there. Vibes are high. I was alright. Too bad the sandwich doesn't match the vibe so far. It's like that in every Potbellies I go into. Let me get another bite here. Alright. Potbellies. Much like Subway, they made it wrong. Roast beef is fine. The blue cheese would be carrying it quite a ways, but I didn't get any blue cheese till that last bite. That's why I said, let me get another bite right at the end there, if you caught that. Because I just got some blue cheese in that bite. That was the first hit of blue cheese. Look at how much of this sandwich I've eaten. Tomatoes coming through nice and well. Not a big tomato on burger guy, but I definitely like it on my sandwiches. Lettuce is nice. It's nice and juicy for what it is, but there's no mayo, which there should have been. I was paying attention this time. And once again, in Potbelly's fashion, I'm just not impressed in the slightest. Is this a bad sandwich? Do I bite it and go, I don't want to eat this? No, but it's definitely not much better than that. So for that reason, it's getting another D tier sandwich from Potbelly's. Can't say I'm surprised, honestly. But hey, they got good vibes. There you go. Potbelly's D tier. So what do we got? Potbelly's at the D. Subway in the D. Drizzy Mike's shockingly in the C. I'm still kind of shocked by that. And Penn Station kind of bringing the heat in the B. Borderline A. Wow. Actually, now that I think about it, fucking not Penn Station. Drizzy Mike's was borderline D. We could have had 3 D tiers here. But I'll keep it in C. That was definitely better than these ones. Alright, Next, we're heading to Livonia. We're making pretty good time. Only left my house like an hour and a half ago. I'm already halfway through this. But I got some long drives coming up. I'm going to Livonia. Let me see here. What's the next one here? It's 1 of 2. We are going to Firehouse Subs, baby. Firehouse in Livonia. It's going to be kind of a far drive. I think it's like about a half hour. Oh, it's only 20 minutes. Not too far. So yeah, we'll be there probably around noon. Firehouse Subs. I guess I shouldn't have taken that down yet. I typically really like Firehouse. I haven't had them in a minute because the closest one is 20 minutes away. And I haven't had it since I graduated college in like fucking 2020. So, and it's almost October of 2024, almost 25. So it's been basically 4 or so years since I've had Firehouse Subs. But I'm excited to go there, see what they got. 20-minute drive. We're going to get there. We're going to see where they fall, baby. But typically Firehouse is like kind of one of the, I'd honestly probably put it as my 3rd favorite sandwich behind Blankety Blankenspiel, which I'll tell you later when we get to it, Jersey Mike's, and then Firehouse, honestly. But let's go there. Let's hit the road. Almost forgot to get the footage of the outside. Look at that. Firehouse, baby. We're here in Livonia. We've got the Firehouse. Let's go inside, see what we got. I'm already pretty full. The good thing there's absolutely no way I'd be able to do no leftovers with this one. I'm kind of already, I could happily stop right now and not be hungry for a while. But I got to keep going, baby. You know we're dedicated to the grind. Woo! All right. So I made an oopsie. Went in there. I didn't see any roast beef sandwiches on their menu. So then I got the Firehouse, or the New York Steamer, which kind of sounds like pooping on someone's chest. And it's corned beef, pastrami, provolone, mayo, mustard, and Italian dressing. Then like maybe a few minutes after I ordered, I did see they had the like, I don't know, the like Firehouse Hero or whatever. That had like roast beef, turkey, ham, stuff like that. So I made an oopsie, but nonetheless, I got what I got. It's served hot. A lot of bread. Look at that. Down the hatch. Alright. I'm going to eat this, but I'm going to pull it here to talk. Hope that made any semblance of sense. There we go. I need to remember to switch that. So it's definitely not bad, but by no means is it the greatest sandwich I've even had today. Corned beef, that's not my favorite thing. I don't hate it. It's just such a strong flavor, and that's definitely most of what I'm tasting is the corned beef. The bread could be better. It's just too soft for my liking. Like it's like very similar to the Subway bread, in that the sense that and the Potbelly's bread for that matter. And there's not a lot of structure here. But I'll get with Potbelly's and Firehouse. I feel like part of the reason is because it's served hot, which of course is going to lessen the structure and integrity of the bread. I can get some mayo on that. But like really all I'm tasting is the corned beef and the mayo, the provolone, the pastrami, the mayo, and the Italian. It's not coming through the greatest. But with that being said, like I said, it's still a good sandwich. So I'm going to give this a C tier. This is right on par with the Jersey Mike's. Maybe even a higher C tier than the Jersey Mike's. I just can't get over how disappointed I am in Jersey Mike's. When did it get so dark in here? I'm almost done anyway. I'll just roll with it, getting lighter and darker. But solid sandwich, just solid C tier. Firehouse gets the C, and now we're on to Quiznos, which longtime fans of the channel know how I feel about Quiznos. But that's in Livonia. I'll talk more about Quiznos when I get there and my history with it. I'm gonna finish the sandwich, but after that we're going to Quiznos, baby. Firehouse C tier. Let's see what Quiznos can do. All right, we're here at Quiznos. Where the fuck is it? Can I find it here? It's that white. Come on, focus here, baby. What? Come on now. There we go. Wow, that took way longer than it should have. We're here at Quiznos. Oh my god. I look away for 1 second. We're here at Quiznos. It's getting pretty hot. It's 67. I'm still in jeans. Luckily I brought some shorts with me because I'm always prepared. So I'm gonna switch into some shorts real quick. We're gonna head in there, see what kind of sandwiches we can get. I'll see you when I get back out here with my sandwich, boy. All right, I got the Quiznos. It's a wonderful time of year in Michigan where it's like jeans and sweatshirt in the morning. Wow, this is a big one. This is the smallest size they had. And like shorts and t-shirt in the evening. I wouldn't even say in the evening, just in the afternoon, which it is. I'm kind of making great time. It's not even 1 yet. And I only got 2 more left to go after this. one of which I've never been to. But so they didn't have any roast beef. So I got the, I don't know, traditional, I think it was called, which is black Angus steak, turkey, ham, cheddar, olives, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and a ranch. I can't believe so much of these sandwich shops just don't serve roast beef. It's like, that's a fucking staple lunch meat. You're just not going to serve it. And it's served hot. Last time I was at Quiznos, they asked if I wanted a toast or not, and I was prepared to say no today. But they didn't ask. He just threw it right in. So gotta take what they give me. For those who don't know, I do have a whole video on Quiznos, link in the description. I got a selection of sandwiches, because like they're not what they used to be. At their height, they had more locations. I need to remember to do that ahead of time. At their height, Quiznos had more locations back in the day than KFC does now, at least stateside. So it's like they've had a real fall from grace. So I made a video on if Quiznos deserve to die. TLDR, like I said, link in the description, but TLDR, I'd say no, but they're definitely not the greatest thing around. But here we are. Look at that. Let's take a bite, see what we think. That's enough of that, because this is an incredibly bland sandwich. You got all this beautiful meat, all this lettuce, cheese, there's some ranch on here, some olives, onion, yet I can't taste any of that. It's literally just, I'm chewing nothing. I'm chewing mass. There's no flavor to this. There's no taste, which I find incredibly bizarre. That's really all I have to say. I have a hard time speaking more on it because I can't taste anything. There's nothing to talk about. Bread's fine, I guess. I'd say it's a step up from Subway. It's like Firehouse. I'd say it's even a step up from Firehouse, but still not as good as like Penn Station's or Jersey Mike's. Yeah, just an incredibly bland sandwich. Quiznos gets the D tier on this one for sure. I borderline want to put F, but it's not. Again, it's not gross. I'm not wanting to spit it out. But if there was an F tier so far, it'd be this one probably. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll fill in the gaps of the tiers if there isn't anything. If there's none, we got some empty gaps. But yeah, Quiznos D tier for sure. I didn't have high hopes for that, but even I'm disappointed. But now we got 2 left, and the next one, and I'm going to downtown Detroit for it, because the only location of which I think that's around me is in downtown Detroit. So I'm gonna park at the MGM. I'm gonna walk there, and we're gonna get some which. They'll be open because it's before 5, and right next to that, literally on the same block, is a Jimmy John's. And that's going to be the last one. We're going to wrap it up at Jimmy John's. Tigers, holy shit. Tigers, what a run they're on right now. It's a good time to be a Detroit sports fan. Tigers miraculously reaching the playoffs. Lions are, I'm not going to jinx it. Pistons aren't in good shape, and I really have no clue about the Red Wings. And I'm a basketball guy, so I guess I really want to see the Pistons do good. But the Lions have had way less success, so I'm glad they're doing good. But I know the Tigers have a playoff game today at 2, and it's 12:44. I'm going to be getting into Detroit at the worst time. Luckily, hopefully, I'm able to get out of there. I'm not even going to say hopefully. I know for a fact I'll be able to get out of downtown before the game's over. Last time I was at the game where they clinched the wild card. It took us literally 4 hours of waiting around to get out from that MGM garage. We went in, gambled a little bit, went back to the car, waited an hour, went back in, gambled more, and then came out and we were able to leave. It was craziness. But I'm heading down to downtown Detroit, baby, going to the MGM, and we're gonna walk to Which from there. We got 2 more sandwich shops, and then we'll wrap it up on there. We'll give some final thoughts, baby. Woo! Let's get to downtown Detroit. I had to button up the shirt to hide all my gabagool I've been dropping all over myself today. But look at this. Look at this. I know I show this every time, but I think it's because it's funny every time. You get all this like piles of food in my car because of these tier lists. I'm going to like gazillions of places in one day. And if someone looked at my car, they'd be like, damn, this guy's fucking hungry. But I just think that's funny. I'm going to go down to Which. I kind of know where it is. I think it's not far from where the NFL draft was, which I went to. Pretty cool. Can't say I'd go again, though. It was really cold. and not that into football. Plus, Terry and Arnold, Mr. Penalties of the Year on the Lions so far. But I'm going to head down there, going to GPS my way there, and we'll see what we can get. And we're going to see what we can get at Which. Let's do it. Let's go down there. This is the other one I haven't had. I never had Penn Station. I never had Which before today. So let's just go see how good Which can be. Okay, I switched to the lav mic. But as you can see, Which, I don't know how this happened, but is closed. Yet when I pull it up on my phone, there we go. You can see Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Here's the time, 1:30. Yeah, here they are. Sorry about the out of focus. I would do one hand the camera. Completely closed. So I guess Which disqualified, which I'm a little pissed about because I was pretty excited to get it. And if had I known they were open, I wouldn't have had to come all the way down here. God damn it! But nonetheless, Jimmy John's, right there, literally a building over. So let's go into Jimmy John's, see what we can get. I got the Billy Cup, which is roast beef, ham, provolone, mustard, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. So let's see what we got. And then after this, we'll give our closing thoughts on the sub sandwich shop. Look at that. Again, smallest one I could get. But here we go. So, by far and away, Jimmy John's has the best bread of the day. By far and away. I would say, like, probably Jersey Mike's is a close second. And then Penn Station. Is this the best sandwich of the day? One of them. But I don't think it's the best. I think Penn Station kind of takes it as being top dog. This one's good. The bread is easily the best tasting bread and structurally. Link from Good Drink Morning, shout out. He has an issue with Jimmy John's, how like they only cut it halfway and everything pours out the side. I kind of get that if I'm being honest. I don't mind it as much, but do I think the sandwich would be an easier eat if they did just cut it here and then had it normal? Yeah, definitely. But that being said, love the bread, love the mayo. Mustard, kind of a sneaky hitter for me on this one. I'm kind of digging it. Lettuce, it's all good. Provolone's coming through, tomato. Good sandwich, very good sandwich. I'm gonna wrap that up. And I'll throw it in my bag. Nah, fuck it, I'll just carry it. What do I think it is? I think this is a B tier sandwich. But, let's see, B tier, Jimmy John's. So, maybe I'm not much of a sandwich guy. We don't even have an A tier on the list. So I'm going to go through and rearrange these. S tier, easily going to be Penn Station. We're going to fill these out here. S tier, best sandwich of the day, Penn Station. And then A tier, we'll have Jimmy John's. B, and then we'll take Firehouse and bump that up to C. We'll leave Jersey Mike's on C. And then F tier, we will bump Potbellies and Quiznos down to F tier. So, the final rearranged list, for sake of having something in every list, in every tier, from worst to best, we got Quiznos and Potbellies in F tier, Subway in D, Jersey Mike's in C, Firehouse in B, Jimmy John's in A, and Penn Station taking the win for the day. Really did not see that one coming. Maybe because I've never been there, but I guess Penn Station makes a mean sandwich. Do I think the sandwiches I got today reflect the best of the restaurant? I mean, for Jimmy John's, definitely not. Typically, the BLT here is my go-to, and I could eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby. I'm out of focus here. Whatever. But hey, I gotta go off what I got today, and Penn Station takes the win. Low light of the day, definitely Which being closed. I'm a little fuming mad about that. Because like I said, I drove by like 3 or 4 Jimmy John's.
and I was going to go to this one. But here I am. Which DNF will forever be. I'm not doing this again. Maybe I'll do a whole other video a dedicated video on which. See where it would fall. But hey, that's all I got. Thanks for coming on me with this adventure today, with this journey. Appreciate it. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe for join me on more food adventures, as well as video game reviews. And then let's talk in the comments. What's your go-to sub sandwich shop? I'm still gonna stick with Jimmy John's, mainly because there's a lot more locations in Penn Station. I wouldn't say mainly, but if I ever see a Penn Station and I'm hungry, I'll go in and see what else they got on the menu. Sure, why not? God, why not? See if everything else stacks up. But disappointment of the day, definitely Jersey Mike's. I'm sticking with that Big Kahuna if I go there again, and I'm not getting that other sandwich again. That's for sure. That's all I got today. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, fuck. Totally forgot. If you like the tier list and you're watching this, I'll throw it up here on the screen for the last 20 seconds, which YouTube lets me do. I made a playlist of all my tier list videos, because I think this is up to 6 now. So if you like tier lists, give that playlist a watch. Forewarning, there are some of my longer videos. Not the longest. That one goes to Bourbon and Bloom, link in the description, at 2 hours, 45 minutes. These typically average like 30 to 45 minutes. So if you want a little bit of a longer watch here on YouTube, watch my tier list. You might get some enjoyment out of it, and that's all that really matters at the end of the day. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you in the next one.